Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and in this video I want to dive a little bit deeper into the changes in regards to armor, as armor is changing with the next major patch. If you check out the notes for the public test server, they are a little bit convoluted. It's hard to figure out what it actually means when they put descriptions like you will need something more than power armor in rad zones. What do they mean by that? And yeah, I did test it also. I know exactly what the changes to armor are, what the new legendary unique effects, what the general armor changes are, and I want to show you, hopefully compile it in a relatively short video, but as well I don't want to miss any important information. So let's dive in. First, if you take a look on the stat page, you can notice that something is different. That's me wearing a power armor with resistances going up to 4k, which is a lot of resistances. And yes, that's with a perk, so if you want to see that what I currently have equipped, so Ironclad is boosting those resistances, but in the same time, it was nowhere as high previously. What has changed? How is my resistance out of a sudden so high? If I investigate any piece of power armor, resistances are much higher. And what appeared on basically all power armor, they do come with elemental resistances by default now. So all power armor will have, and regular armor, elemental resistances like poison, fire, and cryo on it. What has changed though, you may notice in here, there is something missing. In description on power armor, nowhere here it says anything about radiation mitigation or damage reduction, what was standard on power armor pieces. This is gone. This was removed and replaced with increase in resistances. That's how my resistances are so high, but I don't have any percentage mitigation from the power armor. Only those high resistances. The torso, and if you notice, I have Aristocrats on prefix, and it's not what it is on the live game version, so it is changing. Legendary effects are changing. I will show you those changes, but first, armor, regular armor. What's changing about regular armor and so on? So, power armor, it's quite straightforward trade-off. From the practical standpoint, I'm still very tanky in power armor, so I didn't lose tankiness. The high radiation zones, that's a little bit different. I will show you in a moment how it looks like. About regular armor pieces, they do change as well in regards to resistances on them. For example, Brotherhood Recon, high ballistic resistance, there is some extra fire, poison, cryo, relatively low energy resistance. The similar team carry-ons if we talk about Secret Service armor. Even worse energy resistance, or maybe similar. No, not worse. Let me just double check. No, it's not worse. It's slightly better energy resistance than Brotherhood armor, but still not as high as we are used to it. It's lower than ballistic resistance, so it's losing some. Then you have Robot, Heavy Raider. Heavy Raider, again, even lower elemental energy resistances. A lot of armors, what I noticed, traded some of the energy resistance for more ballistic resistance and more elemental. So you can see all of them have some elemental resistances. And yeah, that's level 40, that's level 50 full resistances. It always shows first the lowest. If you go heavy combat, level 50, the chest piece is the best for comparison. Heavy leather armor, that's the one with high energy resistance and high cryo resistance. So there is more diversity if what kind of resistances armors are providing. And metal armor, look at that. It's hitting 200 on ballistic, so really high now. After those changes, almost every armor set have some unique effect. And some of the new special effects on special named pieces like this one, Heavy Rage. Gain rage stacks when a hit, max 100 stacks. deal and take 1% additional damage per stack. So basically with this armor, if you are taking lots of damage, you are taking even more damage because of that. Damage taken goes up, but in return you are doing more damage. So it's kind of like a real berserker type armor. You are being hit harder, but you are hitting harder yourself. It's a very interesting one. It's one piece that has this effect, and it's only on the radar at this moment. Most of those uniques, there is more of those uniques, but they're all chest piece. So it looks like chest piece determines some special attributes you can get from armor rework patch. This one is the coolest one. That's why this is what I'm showing you. This one is the coolest one. The others require some serious work, do not provide really any very impactful benefit that would incentivize you to use it over just regular set of Secret Service. But this is really cool, and it's coming as a part of this armor rework. If you wonder how is my resistance in practice with full set, so that's what I'm wearing now. Full set of Secret Service modded with buttress. Everything is Secret Service armor. Max out ironclad. My resistances are as follows. So I did gain elemental resistances. I have good ballistic, but I lost a lot on energy. Energy is down by a lot. So that's to keep in mind. Over resistances outside of that good, but energy took a hit. On Secret Service armor, on power armor, everything is up. Now the legendary effects. The legendary effects, there is a bunch of them. Rework, especially prefix, so especially the first star. That's what's changing. I will try to showcase quickly all of them, but I will focus mainly on the interesting ones that are changing. So Aristocrats. That's a big change and big welcome boost. It's now a reflective effect. So it's reflecting damages. 10% per piece, which is very good. I'm running full set on power armor. It's most likely the new best prefix. Like number one, S tier after those changes. Although don't switch your armors yet. Let's wait closer to the release if it's gonna all stay as is. So I do not encourage you to switch anything on your armor yet. Wait with that. Then additional rule changes. Armor pieces like assassins and so on. This will be calculated in multiplicative way. What it means in short, without explaining how the math works, I tried on last Turtle Cast. If you want explanation at the end of last Turtle Cast, I was going over calculator. But now, on the live game version, full set of assassins is 75%. You add 5 pieces of 15. On the public test server, which is the next patch, it will be multiplicative, which equals about 55% mitigation from humans. Not 75, but 55. Some of the effect stays, but bolstering is receiving a huge boost, up to 10% damage reduction at lower health. Another very high tier for low health blooded builds. That's great improvement over just flat resistances it provides on life. After that, all the enemy specifics have the same value per piece, but total, just remember, is changing to 55. Heavyweight. This is kind of interesting one. Damage reduction at higher encumbrance. Currently 10%. What they mean by the higher encumbrance, if you want to see my weight, what I have at this moment, I'm over the weight limit, so it's probably what it means. You need to be over encumbered or close to it to get full effect, which is quite interesting too. I'm not saying it's a bad effect. I don't know if I will use it. You cannot manage too much of your carry weight if you want to use it. You need to be at top, but provides such a cool bonus. So again, a lot of cool choices, especially for all those prefixes. Lucid remains the same, which is good. Mutants is changing to very simple flat percentage reduction, so that's a huge buff to mutants. You don't need to manage anything, you just need to have 3 mutations and you have 3 pieces for 5%. A really good one. Nocturnal stays. Overeaters for some reason is receiving a little bit of a nerf. I hope that will be undone, is that there is no reason for this nerf. outside of just kicking it out from the top spot. So there is absolutely no reason for nerfing of Overeaters. Unyielding stays, so we don't need to worry about that. Vanguards is receiving a buff, as it will be like Overeaters for full health players. For the second star, Elementalist will be much stronger, 25 to all elemental resistances. Maybe a decent option. We'll see how much enemies will do in regards of elemental damage, as all armor will provide some resistances, so you can just boost it quite a bit. The regular singular like poisoners are increasing as well, but only 250. So if anything, you want to increase all resistances, because that's total of 75 versus 50 on one. Cavaliers is receiving a buff. It will be 10% damage reduction while sprinting. Sentinels is unchanged, but Cavaliers is receiving a buff. There is kind of interesting defenders, automatically block attackers, but we are testing that. All blocking, the blocker perk, and defenders, and so on, absolute rubbish. They're not to be used. They provide no benefit and requires a lot of investment. Okay, lightweight is now available as a 3-star for armor, but weightless, the prefix that was taking 90% of armor weight, is gone. So they are taking away weightless and giving lightweight with 50% effect. I don't know why, but that's what they are doing. Weightless is gone. There is no changes to 4 stars. Now about the high radiation area and combat performance, let me demonstrate the changes to the armor. Some enemies have adjusted the damage, especially in the raid. So it will not be like one-to-one transition in the sense that only armor is changing. Everything is changing. Probably the biggest impact is radiation. Therefore, we are here at Emmet Mountain Disposal Site, because that's down there. It's a high radiation. I'm a ghoul, so I'll be getting glow, not losing health. But if you're a human, your bar will be moving other way around. You'll be getting rats. So let's dive in. I'm in full set of power armor. And look at that. And you may notice it's accelerating over time even faster. It's a little bit higher radiation here than the nuke zone is, but I'm wearing full set of power armor. So yeah, power armor is not stopping as much rats at all as it used to, even though it's 1300 radiation resistance. Therefore, that's the biggest change. I don't know if that's necessary for any reason. It's good for ghouls, really bad for humans when you go into high radiation area. The hazmat suit will still protect you, but that will not. They are saying you can use Radex, but if you use Radex, that suppresses all mutations. The effect of Radex that works is not the rat resist, but 75% rat ingest resistance, the percentage-wise. Similar effect was on power armor, now it's gone. So you need to pop Radex to get it back. My idea would be to just give this effect back to power armor. Radex diluted is not sufficient, it's way weaker effect. So that will not work. Now this new Aristocrats, if you wonder how good will be this new Aristocrats. New Aristocrats test on super mutants. Let's see what they gonna do when I'm wearing Aristocrats reflective power armor. They need to notice that I'm here first. If you wonder about the Guardian fight and solo, as it stands now on public test server, I don't even need troubleshooters to fight the Guardian. I can go with Aristocrats, and look at that. They're shooting themselves a lot. They're shooting me a little bit, and themselves a lot. That would happen. The Aristocrats is very powerful. Power armor provides me with awesome defense, and as well a lot of damage being deflected. The doggo died very quick, as I have a torso mod as well that deflects melee damage. That's what's happening to them. They are all dying. I like the new Aristocrats. I hope it will make it to the live game version like that, as it will make a really cool don't hit yourself build upgrade that I did in the past. With those new effects, I can do it even better than it was. So passive fight is absolutely possible with that. And that being said, what do you think about those changes? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with my opinions? Your opinions are more important than mine, so let me know. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.